I will talk about it. Good morning. Good night.
Howdy.
What? I don't know. Hi. So I went out on Wednesday night and Thursday night. Woke
Mhm.
up with a horrible hangover, obviously, on Friday. Not in like the pukey sense, more in like the dissociative sense where you can't be on time for anything and you can't feel much. So that was, you know, scary. And then what do I
Yeah.
do on Saturday? I go to a housewarming. Oh, after having two pitchers of agua de Valencia, which is orange juice, gin, and cava, but it tastes like orange juice, so it's very easy to drink.
I love gin.
I love gin. I'm really in my gin era right now. I love
Hell yeah.
gin. Gin and Sprite is such a good combo. Like if you've never
I
had
need you
gin
to
and Sprite,
come back here because I don't really have. My most recent gin friend just moved to Washington, which is
oof.
fantastic for them, but annoying.
Fantastic, but
That we
annoying.
became really good friends and then they moved.
Yeah. I live with the British man, so I'll always have someone to drink gin with me, which is good.
Yeah, that's nice. Chris made some gin and it's really tasty.
Bathtub gin?
I mean, and legally I think it could be called moonshine.
Legally, is it considered gin?
Well, moonshine I've learned, is just any liquor that's made. Yeah, pretty much.
I think
So,
it has to have a certain
is
proof, though, to be moonshine.
no, because Chris took us on.
Who's
He
that?
did. He's doing his like bourbon whiskey thing, brother Chris.
Right.
And he was telling us about it. And he was like, "Yeah, moonshine is just any illegally distilled liquor.
Oh.
The proof doesn't really matter.
Well,
Usually,
but
it's high
why
proof
then?
because it's a home brew.
Well,
but
obviously, yeah. Why do they like sell moonshine in jars? I guess that's just pure
Marketing.
grain alcohol.
And the whole
Yeah.
thing about bourbon
should know
only
that.
being from Kentucky, also just marketing.
Of course it is. So is
Yeah.
like only champagne. Well, I don't know. Is only hold on.
Champagne, I think, is from Champagne, France, though.
Well, yeah, but
Or
it
is it? It
technically
might be.
has to
Oh
be.
yeah, because like
It
the same
has
way
to be.
that it could be the same thing.
Me learning things about marketing while simultaneously working in marketing. Okay, so in Europe they have all of these things that are like geographical protections, like protected. So like Parmesan cheese can only come from the Parmigiano Reggiano.
I gotcha. So that's probably why the Kentuckiers thought, well, they do it over there, so we're gonna say that's a thing here, but it's not
Pretty
legally
much
a thing here.
But it's like it's a legally protected name established by the Madrid system in 1891, and it's enforced by EU law.
Cool. Fancy.
Which is crazy. Yeah, anyways. So then I went to a housewarming party last night. And today I'm very tired. Yeah, I'm going to the UK twice this summer, so I'm going to visit my friend Beth in Glasgow. And then we're going to the Cotswolds. That's what I was talking to you about, the 100-mile walk.
Yeah, I want to hear about that.
It's like my ideal walk, basically, because it's my ideal hiking trip, because you stay in like cute little historic inns every night, and
what is it called?
It's called the Cotswold Way. It's
keep talking, I'm looking it up.
It's a national trail, and it's 102 miles, and you go from a place called Chipping Campden to a city called Bath, and we're doing it at 8 days. Most people do it in 7 to 10 days. Wow. And you get to stay in like beautiful historic inns and have full English breakfasts every morning, and you like walk around in what looks like Middle Earth for
that looks nuts,
an entire day. It's really, I'm like very, 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 very excited.
Wow. That's gonna be cool.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Some of the, also, like, speaking of credit cards, we have credit card points that we've never used. We've had the credit card for almost 4 years, and we've never used the points. So we've got a lot of points. And so we're staying in like 2 really, really bougie hotels. Like at the end of the Cotswolds Way, we're staying in Bath, which is a really cool city. It's a Roman city.
Ooh.
It was famous for being like a Roman bath place. That's why it's called Bath. It's very pretty. It's all like stone buildings and stuff.
Oh.
But they're really famous for like
Speaking
their
of
thermal
Romans, we watched
spas.
Life of Brian last night.
I've never seen Life of Brian.
I had never either. I've only seen, the only Monty Python I had seen was Holy Grail. And so we watched Life of Brian, and it was very funny.
Was it good? It was funny.
It was funny. There was, some, parts that age poorly. But,
poorly, obviously. Yeah. Well, it's Monty Python.
It was
yeah.
Overall.
Oh, I might like to watch that actually at some point as well. You know what I've never watched? Speaking of aging poorly, Borat. I've never seen Borat.
I also haven't seen Borat, and that's something I've been like a little too embarrassed to admit because so many people quote it around me.
I quote it.
I'm just like,
I quote
it. Yeah. Like there's
I've
things
never
I'll
seen
say,
it.
but yeah. And so I think because I quote it, feel like I have to act like I've seen it. Otherwise,
Same.
I don't have.
I do that with
because I don't
everything,
have the credibility to be quoting it. But
I know. But even I'm sorry, even the full title of Borat, I have it saved on my Letterboxd, which watch list. What is it? It's called Borat: Cultural Learnings of America for Make Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan. I just know that I would find that so funny.
Yeah.
Sacha Baron Cohen, not the most aging wellest of persons, but here we are.
Oh shit! Hang on.
I can hear myself.
I have to do a headphone swap. Fantastic. Okay.
Fantastic. So, anyways, what was I talking about?
Look at my hair. I simply don't know what to do about this.
Oh my god. You look like Carrot Top.
You can see that I'm terrified of Carrot Top.
I'm sorry. He's so scary. That's a very valid fear. He's so scary. What?
There.
This is why I don't. That's better. This is why I don't trust myself to cut my hair ever.
This isn't the first time I've done it. Well, I guess the first time I did it wasn't really me. It was my friend in high school, and we cut my hair short and then went downstairs. And it took my mom like 20 minutes to notice. And it was a pretty dramatic cut from like relatively this length to like
I can't hear you.
There. And very uneven. Oh no.
Oh no, it's me. It's me. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
My fucking headphones are the absolute worst. Okay.
You.
Sorry, what were you saying? It took your mom 20 minutes to notice
that I had cut my hair from about this length to like here. And it was bad. It was a bad, uneven,
obviously.
Bad cut. It was horrible. It was horrible.
My mom, like, the only story I have about her and haircuts is that you remember when she cut my hair during COVID? That's why I've never let someone who is not a professional touch my hair ever again.
She did her best.
She was doing her best. Yeah, and I love her and I respect her, and there's absolutely no shade in this, but I will never let someone with kitchen scissors touch my hair ever again because I'm scarred. It was the fact that I like reached back and was expecting there to be hair and there wasn't hair, and then I started crying and then she started crying. That was it was a little traumatic. Looked like Kit Crunch.
My thought process the other night was that it doesn't matter because hair grows back.
Yeah, I struggled to look into the long run with things.
I think part of my miscalculation was I didn't realize it would get curlier when I cut it shorter.
Yeah.
but it bounced up
Yeah.
more than it had been bounced previously.
I've thought about that as well with this. Like I did wash it yesterday, but I just Dysoned it again, so it's like not my actual hair texture right now. And I just know it's gonna look shorter when I can't be bothered to do it. That's not great for a round face, is it? But
Yeah.
here we are. Whatever. At least I didn't shave my head like some people in my household.
You could have gone for a buzz cut.
And I could have done that. And me and my partner both would look like aliens attempting to be humans. So that would have been really good. Like if both of us, like he's bald and it looks fine. But like,
what if it was the two of you together? There are imposters among us.
We already look like aliens, like to most of the Spanish people that we live around, because we're so blindingly white. So we don't need to draw more attention to ourselves, essentially, than we already do. I had so many things that I was like gonna tell you about on this episode, and then I just forgot. Learning that you're not supposed to like have things with food with Wellbutrin, like grapefruit.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
That was a really weird revelation
because no one told me that, and if they expected me to read a warning label, then that is
no.
crazy.
This is the thing, Katie. Is like the warning labels just don't contain things like this, do they? Then I will say, American warning labels contain a lot more caveats than
I remember the first time
labels.
I put a tampon in.
And
I opened up the map.
Well, yeah.
The poster of
the
warnings.
Document. The legal document.
Perhaps that contributed to my fear of tampons.
Well, yeah. I do think that, like, I mean, there's several things that I've found. So, obviously, you get, like, okay, for instance, a bottle of this is Members Mark brand Zyrtec, and you get this, and it's like warnings. Where does it say this? Oh, take 1 10 milligram tablet daily. Do not take more than 1 10 milligram tablet in 24 hours. Whereas Ocean's mom has always been like, if you need to take 2 citrazine, which is the generic name for this, take 2. Like it's not a big deal, like, to take 2. The Tylenol one is one that gets me as well. So you know how everyone in the US is like, don't take Tylenol if you're going to be drinking, basically?
Yeah, sure.
That's like a thing.
Okay.
But like acetaminophen affects your liver, so you're not supposed to take it when you're drinking. But I think it takes an extreme amount of either Tylenol or alcohol to like, have those side effects. Because when I told Ocean that so we call it acetaminophen, they call it paracetamol. It's the same drug. It's just a different name. When I told him that I couldn't take paracetamol when we were in the UK because we were going to be having a beer, he was like, what? I was like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, yeah, you're not supposed to take like Tylenol if you're like having any drinks because it can affect your liver. And he was like, my mom is a doctor. Like, she's never told me that ever. He was like, she's just given me paracetamol for everything. Like, it's not a big deal. Anyways, I don't know where I was even going with that. Oh, the tampon thing.
Watching Aiden play his game.
What game is it?
Aiden, I have a PC now.
You have
I'm
a
a
PC.
gamer girl. I think maybe we talked about this because I talked about playing The Sims.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe we didn't.
You didn't have The Sims on your MacBook and just overheat your MacBook like everyone else does?
No, I didn't. Well, I was given a hand-me-down, like the old white MacBooks. That was my
yeah.
laptop in high school, was a hand-me-down from my dad.
Yeah.
And then
So
I
you
got
couldn't have
my
done
laptop when I
Sims on
went to
that.
college, but by then I was past like where I could have gotten into video games. I did have the Sims app on my phone,
Yeah, the My
and I played
Sims.
that. But yeah, I've been playing Sims, and then we've been playing a game called Peak where you just climb, but I fall real far and then I die a lot. The whole
Right.
objective of the game is to climb to the top of the mountain.
Right. Is it fun? What is it
It's
like?
fun. It's kind of like a maze. Like you have to choose different paths, and some don't work out, so you have to go back down. And then you look for suitcases, and the suitcases have like items that you can hold. But if you hold too much stuff, and there's this little stuffed guy named Bing Bong, and he's obviously got to go everywhere with you.
Right.
So Bing Bong comes along for the ride, and you can throw things at people.
Okay.
It's a good time. In like the waiting room for the game, they have basketballs, and Aiden and I will spend a significant amount of time just throwing basketballs at each other and watching it knock each other down. And it has
I'm
the like
interested in this.
the like voice the voice thing or proximity chat. So like if he's really far away, his voice is really quiet, and I think that's really fun.
I like that.
We played with Ryan and Sarah the other day, and I was the first one to die. But then it was fun because then you get to be a ghost and you can go around and you can see the little ghost people following you around. And so I was getting like really up in Sarah's face when they were using the binoculars to look around.
Just you there.
I was like, ooh, making ghost noises.
in the binoculars. That's good.
Yeah.
Wow,
Maybe I'll
you're a
see if they wanna
gamer
play
girl.
Peak tonight. That sounds fun. I want to play Peak again now.
Yeah. You're a real gamer now. That's exciting.
I'm a real gamer now.
I haven't touched the Nintendo Switch in like 2 months. I don't
haven't
know
touched the
what
Switch
happened.
since I got the PC. I feel bad for my Pokemon. I haven't been hanging out with them at all. Not to mention my Islanders, but like they're more self-sufficient. The Pokemon really rely on my campouts to feed them.
It's like Nintendogs. I had to delete. I got a game over Christmas that was basically Nintendogs, except for it was on the Switch because you can't get Nintendogs on the Switch. But it was like it was $2, and so that's why I bought it. But then I started to feel the guilt of not feeding or bathing my dog.
That's how I am with the Pokemon.
And I'm like,
if I'm not camping with them, then because camping with them is literally is Nintendogs.
It's a piece of code. Does it actually feel any feelings? Absolutely not. Should I feel bad?
No, but they do better in
do.
battles when they like me a lot. So, but I'm also like I've mostly beaten the game that I'm on, and so now I like don't. I'm just going around trying to catch them all. I'm trying to catch this really rare penguin for Aiden because he can't get it in his Pokemon because he has sword and I have shield.
Oh.
He did buy himself a Switch to play with me, not a Switch 2. That would be crazy.
A Switch to play with you.
But yeah, he got a Switch to play with me and then built the PC. So, you know.
So yeah.
Hasn't been used much. Got a couple good weeks of play in there and now I'm.
And then you'll pick it back up in a year.
I will.
PC gaming is really interesting. I actually don't know what Austin's reaction would be if I were to tell him that I wanted to start PC gaming. He would probably like do that thing that dogs do when they get spooked, which is like, and then like freeze and then be like, wait, are you serious? He'd probably get really excited.
And then he
built his
right there.
Yeah, right in front of his PC. Him and his PC. He would kneel on. No, he would never kneel.
The PC would have the ring on it.
His like
the like CD deck comes out. The ring.
I was gonna say the like door that he has on it, so that like the fan doesn't get too loud. Would open and it would just be a ring. Well, that would be rough, to be honest. It's not my idea of a good time, but I'm happy for him.
It's been fun. I like being closer to the screens, and I feel like it's easier to learn the controls than on like a
controller, obviously. Yeah. I did try and play League of Legends one time, but
is to like turn around. You have to pick up the mouse and move it over to get a full like 360 view, and I don't love.
I do hate that. I also probably
But
could not
apparently there's
well,
you can get a gamer mouse that has a
yes, you
button
can.
that does that for you. I'm not
Yes.
there yet.
I'm aware of the gamer mouses because obviously
I knew Chris had one growing up. I mean, Aiden has one. He's using it right now.
it's got the little like buttons on the side
Mm-hmm.
that you can press. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's quite cool, actually. I don't like Ocean's mouse or his keyboard, but it's by the by. He has a mechanical keyboard. It's very loud.
I like Aiden's. It has rainbow lights. And his mouse pad has like a strip of like rainbow lights around the outside of it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Ocean's used to be the rainbow light one. His mouse has
And
rainbow
his
lights on it.
fans are rainbows.
That's
I
cool.
like the rainbows.
It's good.
Now I'm just stuck staring at the rainbows. We gotta get
I
me
understand.
out of this. How to
Do you want to tell your
unfreeze.
story?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I gotta pull it up. So my
I'm
topic this
excited
week
about
is,
this.
It's something that excited is not the right word, I think, personally.
Okay, you
What I'm
texted me
gonna
and
be
saying
doing
it
is-
was so unserious. So I was
Yeah. And you know what it is, but it's also so serious. Hang on, I gotta figure out how to click on a fucking link.
hang on. I'm being a boomer. Hold on.
My notes today is literally 2 links to 2 articles I'm gonna read, and then
Love that.
a copy and paste blurb from Wikipedia.
Girl, honestly, I got all of my notes from Wikipedia this time because it was hard to find information anywhere besides the Catholic Church. So, you know, Wikipedia was actually a wealth of knowledge on my subject. So
my topic this week is glue is horses.
Oh, yeah, I understand what you mean now.
Did you know that? Did you know that glue?
Yeah.
Is this just
what do you
information?
think?
What do you think that you need to hear how I found this out?
Okay. Okay.
So Mac, Addie, and I were taking the dogs on a little walk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then usually on walks, we like to daydream about what we'll have on the land one day. And so Addie she likes horses. And so I think Addie was talking about wanting horses. And so I started talking about how my mom had a horse growing up. And then Max started talking about her horses and made a side comment about sending him to a glue factory. And I said, what?
Huh? No,
Max
she didn't.
Max said no words. She just looked over at Addie and made Addie be the one to break the news. She looked over at Addie and Addie said, so yeah, glue is horses.
Not all glue.
And what I found out is really not anymore.
No.
It has a special use. But I haven't been able to stop thinking about glue being horses. And I, of course, didn't look into it at all after that. It's just been on the dome.
Yeah, obviously. I'm
just going to read a couple articles about glue being horses. What are your comments?
That's great. First comment. How did your mom have a horse growing up in Chicago?
She grew up in like this wooded neighborhood to the north of the city.
Okay, good. I was picturing her.
She moved into like this wooded neighborhood.
Okay.
It's not the Woodlands.
I was picturing her in the city center of Chicago in an apartment with a horse. That would have been hilarious. Second of all, it's an old phrase like, oh, they're sending him to the glue factory. Like,
and I had never heard that. We don't.
Okay. I think they talk about that in Annie.
There's not many
the musical.
horses in Tulsa, Oklahoma. In Midtown Tulsa, believe it or not.
Okay, yes, in Midtown Tulsa. I refuse to believe that there's not that many horses in Tulsa itself. But like, yeah, okay.
I was never a big horse girl. I don't feel much like I know horses are like really emotionally smart or something like that, but I've just never been, into them.
Third comment is that one of the really traditional sandwiches in Valencia is a horse meat sandwich.
See, there's something different though about it being like a cooked meat versus glue.
Something you paste stamps on with.
Yes.
Yeah. What the? Am I 85?
For a
that
long
you paste
time.
stamps with. Sorry. I just annoyed myself.
For a while there, when I was, just internally pondering this information, I was really thankful that I never ate glue as much as I wanted to.
Oh, God.
I always wanted to try it, never did.
That's good.
Thankful for that now. So with that, I said it's 2 articles. As someone who likes to think I contain quite a bit of media literacy, one of these websites is called wallsandceilingsonline.com. And the other one is horserookie.com.
Carry on.
Because this is
both reputable sources.
Both reputable sources, obviously. And because I need to tie this into science, I'm going to now read. This also kind of ruined something else for me, but you'll see that when I read it. This is just like the first paragraph of when you look up glue is horses and then click on the Wikipedia.
Glue is horses. Is that
my only Google?
Is that the actual phrase?
I just typed in glue is horses into Google and clicked on what came up. Or is glue horses, or is glue still horses? I was really trying to make sure that glue is not
glue horses, question mark.
It's glue horses.
My titties was out. Sorry. I just lifted my shirt to wipe my eyes. I'm losing my mind. Okay. I'm gonna cut out that specific part where I lift up my shirt.
Horse glue is what Wikipedia says is that the horse glue is formed through, I'm going to give you the science to cover my ass, and then we're going to read these articles. The glues are formed through hydrolysis of the collagen from the skins, bones, tendons, and other tissues, similar to gelatin, which really fucked up gelatin for me. So I'm gonna have to think about that.
You didn't know that gelatin was bones?
No, I did not know that gelatin was bones.
Honey,
I thought it was gelatin. It's gelatin.
Yeah, but
gelatin
it comes from bones.
Gelatin.
That's why, maybe because I lived with a vegan. I don't know.
It could have been on my list of like things that I didn't need to look up, but I would have been so happy just thinking that gelatin is gelatin and it ends there.
That's very fair. But like I did know that gelatin was not, because I think it is because I lived with a vegan, but I did also know that gelatin was made of bones. But like I lived with a vegan, and obviously like my mom brought candy when she came for Easter when I lived with Becca, and I got to have Becca's Sour Patch Kids because they're not vegan. Because they have gelatin in them. and also honey is not vegan.
Sour Patch Kids are horses?
No, they're not. Oh, Jesus fuck. Jesus Christ.
My whole life is over.
They're not horses. It might actually be a lie. I might be slandering Sour Patch Kids. Are Sour Patch Kids
Are Sour
vegan?
Patch Kids horses?
Sour Patch Kids are accidentally vegan. Okay, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it was
so
the
you
jelly
just
beans.
ate her Sour Patch Kids, and
no, maybe it was the jelly
herself.
beans. Maybe it was the jelly beans. But
I don't know. The gelatin thing just like I thought all I had to deal with was glue, and now I have to deal with gelatin as well. And
well, yeah, but like gelatin is usually like
it was a lot
bones.
to handle in one day of research.
It's not,
you know.
It's not. Yeah, that's fair. It's not horses usually. Gelatin. It's like animals that we eat already.
And that still is just as bad to me.
Is it?
It's all so bad.
Would you eat like? Just as a serious question, would you eat like bone marrow or anything, or like bone?
I don't think I could do the texture of that. Aiden has had
either
bone marrow before, and I think it was tasty? Question mark. But I don't. I think the texture. I struggle with textures. I also have been growing I've had a growing phobia of meat in general lately, and this really didn't help.
Well, obviously
Mac's gonna be upset that this whole gelatin thing is gonna set me back a lot. I got a meat thermometer because I thought that would help. But I haven't cooked any meat yet.
Yeah, I mean, and I understand that, but...
Yeah, the gelatin thing really fucked me up, but I guess this is about glue.
Also, they can make vegan gelatin, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that.
Like, I don't think
yeah,
Jell-O...
so they get the...
yeah,
I gotta save the gelatin thinking for a later date.
Fair.
That's too much for me right now.
Let's just stick to glue.
So yesterday was the Kentucky Derby, right?
Indeed.
Obviously.
Timely topic.
Horse glue is fresh on my mind. And so I was with my mom and we were visiting my grandma, and my brother had FaceTimed in and they asked her if she was watching the Kentucky Derby. Naturally, the first thing out of my mouth is, did you guys know that glue is horses?
Your mom's like...
My mom, and I quote, said, every family has one.
I can hear myself laughing, by the way, just in case you were wondering.
So I said that, and then after the FaceTime call, it was also my sister-in-law's birthday yesterday, so I texted her and said, happy birthday. I'm sorry that I had to break the news that glue was horses on such a special day. If it's any consolation, glue is mostly not horses anymore.
If it's any consolation.
She said, thank you. It was a bit of a mindfuck, but I'm handling it.
At least she's got a good sense of humor about it.
She does.
If you heard that on your birthday, if you heard that on your birthday, like, no
I would
word
be
of a lie,
ruined for the day.
Yeah, you would think
I
of
would
that
need to
as
sit in a dark room.
Yeah, exactly. You would be angry, I think, at everyone.
Yeah. But yeah, so I guess back to glue being, as if we've stopped talking about glue being, back to the science. The collagen that they get from the horses, again, back to Wikipedia. The word collagen itself derives from Greek kala, which means glue.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And the proteins in the collagen form a molecular bond with the glued object, and that's why sticky. So
collagen kind of means like sticky thing then? Well, collagen means glue.
Collagen, it means glue, allegedly. So let's start with, I want to start with horserookie.com.
Uh-huh.
This is in their FAQ section, a frequently asked question. The article is titled, A Sticky Situation, The History of Glue in Horses. Shout out to Michelle Green 3 years ago, who is an Amazon associate who earns from qualifying purchases. And I'd please read her disclosure for more info. Maybe, are they trying to push horse glue with this article?
Yeah, Michelle, what affiliate links could you possibly get for this article? Like, what affiliate? Like, use code HORSE10.
So what I mostly wanted to go through with hers, because the Walls and Ceilings website has quite a timeline laid out, and so I'm going to go through the question and answer portion of this article.
Michelle's article.
Yeah. Of Michelle's article. I just need to find it, so one sec. Okay, yeah, here's the frequently asked questions. So question, is glue still made from horses?
Mm-hmm.
No. Modern glue production primarily relies on synthetic materials and does not involve horses or other animals. She uses the word primarily a lot, which, yeah.
But she can't legally say, like, everything is not horses anymore. Right?
Yeah, and there is some
specialty glue.
You can get we'll get to it. So, question number 2. Why do they say glue is made from horses? Glue used to be made from animal byproducts, and horses made up a majority of animals used for their large mass and collagen-rich hooves. The association between horses and glue production stems from this historical practice.
Mm-hmm.
So horses got hooves. They did use other animals, but I guess horses had the most. Horses really had what it takes.
Well, horses. Well, if you think about other like behooved animals, like
their hooves aren't as
big.
chonky. Yeah.
Chonky.
Question number 3. Is Gorilla Glue made from horses? No, it's made from gorillas. Just kidding. She doesn't say that. She has journalistic integrity.
She was like,
no. Gorilla Glue is a synthetic adhesive that does not contain horse-related ingredients. This next question was very important for me. Does Elmer's glue have any horse byproducts in it? Elmer's glue does not, and I will say the Walls and Ceilings website does go a little bit more into Elmer's. But Elmer's glue does not contain horse-related ingredients and is primarily composed of synthetic materials. There's that primarily word again.
The Elmer's logo is a bull.
Yeah, I can tell you why. Because the Walls and Ceilings website does go into that.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So next question. When did they stop using horses for glue? The shift away from using horses for glue production occurred as the industry embraced synthetic alternatives, with the transition happening over the course of the 20th century. So there's not a specific date that the shift occurred. They just created the synthetics and then slowly started leaving the horses out of it. How much glue does one horse make?
Another very important question.
There isn't a direct answer for how much glue one horse does one horse make.
We don't know how much glue one horse make.
The amount of glue produced from one horse varied based on the specific manufacturing processes. No matter, it is important to note that horses are no longer used for glue production.
She's like, just want to reiterate.
A horse glue PR. Michelle works for Big Glue.
Right. Yeah.
Just kidding. She's an Amazon associate. Question. Is glue made from animals? While traditional glue production relied on animal-derived sources, the majority of glue today is made from synthetic materials. Question. Important. Is glue made from horse sperm? No, glue is not made from horse sperm. This is a misconception and has never had any basis in the glue manufacturing process. Period.
I don't have a comment for that.
The final question is, what is Elmer's glue made out of? Which was already a question. Elmer's glue is primarily composed, there's that primarily word again, of synthetic polymers, resins, and making it a synthetic adhesive. And finally, we'll do the parting thoughts, and then we'll move on to the real timeline here. Parting thoughts. Talking about the history of glue and how horses were integral to its creation can be a sticky subject for some equestrians. I hope this exploration into the world of glue production has shed light on this darker side of equine history. That's all. Thank you,
well done, Michelle.
From horserookie.com.
Back to you, Katie.
Didn't see any Amazon associate links, but I can go back and look later. Now on to wallsandceilingsonline.com.
Thank God, honestly.
And their infographic, history of adhesive from horse glue to Elmer's to nanotech. And they have quite the extensive timeline starting from 70,000 BC.
There was glue? No. There wasn't humans.
We're gonna read through this timeline in this very credible source from wallsandceilingsonline.com.
Walls and Ceilings Online, the top prehistoric, the most
and I
preeminent
gotta be honest,
prehistoric. This
is an infographic, and I don't see an author. Their source is from ntidata.com, but I clicked on that link and it took me nowhere. So the source is
data.
I don't know.
This is sources. Trust me, bro.
ntidata.com. Does it come up for you?
Not NTT data.
NTI.
To the
It also says intrographic proudly made by NTI Data Products Incorporated. The intrographic.
Intrographic. It's not even loading.
Yeah, I think it was loading forever for me and then just failed or something. So that's them. So we're starting our timeline here in 70,000 BC.
Right.
When the cavemen in South Africa back then used a gluey substance made of tree sap and red ochre to protect their cave paintings.
Nice.
Thousands of years went by with no significant development in this field. Perhaps people couldn't realize the need of adhesives in their life back then. Maybe they didn't have walls and ceilings they needed to glue together, you know? Then we jump forward just a little bit to 2000 BC.
Just 68,000 years.
Just a little, just to skip. A hop, skip, and a jump, if you will. The Egyptians first introduced the use of liquid adhesives in their wooden artifacts. In the tombs of the pharaohs, the wooden artifacts still show their work of art with different types of adhesives. They first introduced animal products to produce liquid adhesives, which came from extracts from bone, skin, blood, brain, and connective tissue of the animals. I don't want brain glue.
Animals is not specified there.
Yeah.
It's just animals.
And then another quick hop, skip, and a jump to the year 1700 AD. The first ever industry opened and started producing the liquid adhesives commercially in Holland. Often termed as horse glue, this animal glue was very popular even in the modern societies till, they said in this infographic, till, not until, till the 18th century. The ranchers started disposing their old horses to the glue factories, which was why the animal glues are widely termed as horse glues. So thanks a lot, Holland.
Ain't that a thing? It's always
for horse
the Dutch.
Glue. Okay, so then we jump to 1932.
Okay. Concerned about the integrity of this timeline.
All glue was first made by Borden, America's leading food and beverage manufacturing company.
Food and beverage, is it? They were making glue.
Yeah. So with the advent of synthetic and plant-derived glue in the commercial industries, the animal glue started disappearing from factories. As there are now strict laws and regulations about protecting animals, no living animals can be used for such commercial purposes. However, the proteins from milk and other extracts are still being used for preparing animal glues for specific purposes. So the manufacturer Elmer's Products Incorporated still features Elsie the cow in their logo. And that simply represents the use of animal extracts in producing glues. And what bothers me here is milk and other extracts, because
because what does that mean? Other bodily fluids?
What is that?
Perhaps?
Because, what? Elmer?
Hey.
Speak up.
Get Elmer on the horn.
Elmer's been real quiet since this other extracts information dropped. That's all I have to say.
Since
also, I thought the cow was Elmer, but apparently the cow is Elsie.
Elsie is cuter than Elmer.
It is, but then who's Elmer? I guess perhaps the farmer. Elsie's
the owner. Man doing the extracting.
The man extracting. So that's Elmer. That was 1932. Then we jump forward to 1947. Casco all glue was introduced to the market, which was for the first multi-purpose PVA-based glue. Before Elmer's became popular, it was first sold as Casco glue, made of the milk protein casein. So they used casein and their glue when Elmer's was Casco, I guess.
Okay.
And then in 1999, Borden, who made Elmer's, started running as an independent spin-off. And later in 2000, there's a lot of typos in this.
Not
in
walls and ceilings
2003
online. Making typos.
I can't believe Walls and Ceilings Online, the most credible source for horse glue information for the history of glue, is having typos. I need to talk to their editor-in-chief about this.
Yeah.
So in 2003, the Borden Company was acquired by the Berwind Corporation. So now the formula of Elmer's All Glue does not involve the use of any animal product. It is made from PVA-based synthetic glue. So had I eaten glue, I suppose, at the age of my first year of life between 1998 and 1999, it could have had extracts
in it.
Casein, allegedly.
Yeah.
But that doesn't account for whatever the other extracts were that were mentioned earlier.
Right. But I would
as of
imagine that you didn't.
1999, it is now PVA-based synthetic glue.
I would kind of imagine that, like, between the years of 1998 and 1999, you probably didn't consume glue as well. That's a time.
I don't know. My mom just told me yesterday that
monitored.
one time she left me in a hot car when she went in to get some things from
Cindy.
She went into Toys R Us. She had just had me. I was relatively fresh, I think, and she was just like baby brain. She had to get some gifts for Dave because it was his birthday. Yeah, so I was like, Dave's birthday is July 5th, mine's June 8th, so it was between that window of time. And she had just forgotten that I was with her.
Not even a month old.
Yeah, not even. She forgot that I was with her, and she went into Toys R Us to get some toys for Dave.
That's terrifying.
I said, that explains a lot. Because she locked me. We were going into a store yesterday, and she locked the door before I got out. And I said, you were going to leave your child locked in a hot car? And she said, would it be the first time? Anywho, back to glue. Now that it's PVA-based synthetic glue. So PVA is a thermoplastic, comma, a rubbery synthetic polymer.
Good.
Okay. These synthetic glues are more efficient and have the environment-friendly nature. They have the environment-friendly nature.
They have environment-friendly nature.
This is Borat. They have the environment. I can't do Borat voice. I've never seen Borat.
Environment-friendly nature.
The environment-friendly nature. The strength, price, and efficiency have made this synthetic glue as the most preferred liquid adhesive today.
Preferred.
And then it's just a line that just says nanotechnology. And then another line, no date, just nanotechnology. So this is brand new adhesive technology. I can't tell you how brand new it is because they forgot the date.
Sorry.
That roots back. Oh, did you find something? Your camera is messing up.
Is it? I need you to know that the YouTube video that is pulled up on my boyfriend's YouTube right now is called Human Body versus Implosion animation.
And you know what? I would want to see that too. Can he send me the link?
Yeah, I'll ask him to send you the link.
Oh, actual recording is higher quality, so yeah, it doesn't matter then.
Okay, cool. Whatever. We can just cut out those last few minutes.
Yeah.
Back to we can also talk about other things. I don't know.
No, that's fine.
You want to go back to glue?
Nanotechnology. We can go back to glue. So nanotechnology.
Yeah. Tell me about nanotechnology.
This is the brand new adhesive technology that has no date in the timeline, so I couldn't tell you how brand new it is.
Cutting edge.
Brand new cutting edge that roots back into the adhesive behavior of the gecko, the reptile. They had to specify.
Right. Right.
The adhesive manufacturers are trying to develop synthetic setae, just like those for geckos have around their feet, just like those geckos have around their feet, which are responsible for their adhesive behavior, just like those geckos. You know, those geckos, they be having that setae around their feet.
Them sections.
Those geckos.
I get what they're saying,
guys.
but it is definitely Google translated.
Yeah. Their adhesive doesn't involve any glue-like substance. Neither does it require use of animal extract. Thank God.
Well, I mean, like, gecko. Well, obviously geckos aren't using animal extract to like.
Yeah, you think they go over to horses and grab some of their hooves.
They're like,
they milk a cow real quick. Hey,
yeah.
can I get some of this?
With their tiny little gecko hands. No, I'm sorry. I have to do a visual. It's like.
So the gecko technology, I mean the nanotechnology, uses the concept of molecular adhesion. So the basic principle of the concept is, you're back. If the two closely located substances start exhibiting adhesive properties, a fluid is not required to initiate the molecular adhesion. So we have gecko tape, which is 1,000 times stronger than the regular adhesives we use now. The adhesive works with the natural theory of adhesion at a cellular level. They just said molecular, so figure it out. At the same time, the concept uses no harmful chemical at all. And that's all they say about nanotechnology. So to wrap it up, adhesives have become the part and parcel in our day-to-day life. They have become the part and parcel in our day-to-day life. So keep that in mind. Because it means something.
So keep that in mind.
We need an efficient adhesive to repair everything that gets broken! ! Depending on the materials, we need different types of adhesive products, but we are all looking for something affordable, efficient, and environment friendly.
Friendly.
The target is fairly simple: to create something this is simultaneously cheap, lasting, environment friendly, and multi-purpose. Since the beginning, researchers and commercial business companies have been trying to develop a product that would help them with the best service at consumer level. The journey from horse glue to Elmer's all glue to nanotech-based advanced adhesives was long, and the journey will certainly continue towards further development. The end.
Wow, I'm
Thank you to Walls
floored.
and Ceilings Online. Oh, they have an Instagram. Let me look it up.
Walls and Ceilings Online.
It's giving AI. If I'm being honest.
Obviously. That whole passage was so
that whole
AI.
article gives AI. Well,
is it WC Online?
WConline.com, yeah. Like this is a shell. This is a shell
surely, right?
company for something, for sure.
Glue.
For big glue.
Big glue. Right.
They have a YouTube. They have a video on YouTube. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Stay up to date. Are there any real people here?
Infographic.
Oh, God.
No.
Oh, God.
Why is the infographic not coming up for me?
Oh, it's a real guy. John Wyatt, you're the editor of Walls and Ceilings. We need to have a conversation.
John Wyatt, what's going on?
I'm going to comment on Walls and Ceilings. They have 1.2 thousand subscribers to their YouTube channel.
And they're all contractors. This
John
is
White,
weird.
we're gonna have to talk about this glue article you've allowed to be posted in front of God and everyone.
I like how under the resources tab they have advertise, contact us, directories, store, want more. Want more. Now.
Anyway,
Wow.
that's glue is horses. Oh wait, I do have a little bit more because you can horse glue,
Okay.
as we've seen, is
yeah.
not really widely used anymore, but there are some applications for woodworking and like antique furniture, specifically old violins use horse glue for a reason that I forgot to look further into.
That's probably really strong.
And then also book binding. So
right,
if you have any really old books, they might be horses. There might be horses in your books.
Okay.
And that's horse glue.
Wow.
And now I feel like I've gotten that a good bit out of my brain. Now I can move on to gelatin destroying my life.
Yeah, that's good.
Next topic, gelatin.
Next topic,
Why
gelatin is
gelatin?
Horse. Why is
gelatin is horses?
Everything is horses if you look closely
Everything
enough.
is horses. I don't know what this is
cool.
doing, but
she's
I'm gonna leave it
on her own. That's very good. I like it. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you a story now.
Yay.
It's before you say yay, I don't know how good this is gonna be.
You did mention the Catholic Church, so
oh yeah, there is that. I mean, there's no like dying or anything. It's just I don't know. So this is Hildegard von Bingen, and she was Hildegard. Hildy. She was born in 1098 to a lower noble family in the German Rhineland. I just am not going to mention her parents' names nor the town she lived in because I can't pronounce them. And it's also not relevant.
Fair. Okay.
So, so she was this also isn't really relevant, but she was known traditionally as the youngest of 10 children, but we only have a record of 7 other siblings. She was probably recorded as the 10th because her parents tithed her to the church when she was very young. So they gave her to the church when she was 8.
Yeah. So they said, I don't want to put $2 in the bucket. I'll put my baby in there instead.
Yeah. Interesting choice.
I didn't know that was an option. Cool.
So yeah, they did give her to the church. She was then sent to the Benedictine monastery of Disibodenberg. But it's spelled really strangely. Where she was in the care of this woman named Blessed Jutta. Even, if you will.
Blessed Jutta.
Blessed Jutta. So she was young too, though. Jutta was young as well. And so they both went through enclosure together, which is the process of becoming a nun. Grand. So you are looking at me through binoculars. That's very good.
I just saw them. Oh, there's your face. Hello. Sorry.
It's okay.
I forgot I got a prop. I got a new toy for this, but I don't know where it is, so I'm gonna have to wait until next time.
Okay, that's fine. So she went through enclosure with Jutta, and so they became nuns together. So Hildegard and Jutta became the heads of a community of women attached to the monastery, which that group of women is called a Frauenkreis. So it's like the group of women, Frauen. And when Jutta died, Hildy was actually, I should not call her Hildy. That's probably disrespectful. I don't care. I think she was unique. It is cute,
but I guess
right?
we can't ask her.
No.
I like to think she was a Hildy. Hildy's cute.
Yeah. Well, so Hildy was unanimously voted as head of this Frauenklaus community at the age of 38. She went over the abbot's head then, and because she wanted to move her convent to Rupertsberg, which is near the city of Bingen in Germany, which she did by going to the archbishop of the city instead and saying, hey, it's the city of Mainz in Germany. And she went to the archbishop and was like, I want to move my women from here to here. And is that okay? And she should have asked the abbot, but the abbot said no. So she was like, fine, I'm asking your manager. And then she also founded a second monastery in 1165 at a place called Eibingen. I don't know how that's different from Bingen.
Well, that's why. That's how.
Yeah. Eibingen. Okay. So she and her fellow nuns, up until this point, had lived lives of seclusion. So essentially what that meant was that they lived in these things called tombs, which were like tiny stone rooms with a tiny window to the outside world, and they were fed once in the winter and twice in the summer. Like per day, not like
okay.
Sorry.
Still,
that's
crazy.
Once per day during the winter, twice per day during the summer. So
that's wild.
They had this like incredibly structured life and all of this. Like the only time they got out of their cells was when they went to daily services, which were very structured, and they went to the daily services and had that part of life, but then the rest of their lives were spent in these tiny cells. So that actually chilled out whenever Hildegard moved her convent to these different locations. But I mean, obviously, it's still. I mean, she was the abbess, and it was like a little bit better, but I don't know. There wasn't any information on whether or not like they continued being in the cells or not. I kind of doubt it.
Gotcha.
But that's kind of the normal nun life. Back in the day, you kind of just didn't do much, except for praying.
Bummer.
But she was special. Like I said, she had been having visions since she was 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't understand that they were visions until she was 5, which I'm like, okay, I wouldn't understand that I was having visions if I was a 5-year-old, but that's just me, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
Not just you.
Okay. I was like, okay, this all seems a little early.
Well, because don't you not? That's like a thing. Like I learned that in my psychology class. Isn't that there's a developmental thing where like typically people don't have memories from before they're 5.
Yeah. No, it is, which is why I don't know. She says that she had visions from the time she was 3. I'll take her at her word.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
I'm not one to not believe a woman, so.
True. So she described her visions as seeing them through her 5 senses, but not in this like physical realm. Like it was 5 senses in another way.
Okay.
It doesn't really make a lot of sense if I'm being honest, but basically, so she described the way that she saw the visions in a letter to one of her followers at the age of 77. Quote, "From my early childhood, before my bones, nerves, and veins were fully strengthened, I have always seen this vision in my soul, even to the present time when I am more than 70 years old. In this vision, my soul, as God would have it, rises up into the vault of heaven and into the changing sky and spreads itself out among different peoples, although they are far away from me in distant lands and places. And because I see them this way in my soul, I observe them in accord with the shifting of clouds and other created things. I do not hear them with my outward ears, nor do I perceive them by the thoughts of my own heart or by any combination of my 5 senses, but in my soul alone, while my outward eyes are open. So I have never fallen prey to ecstasy in these visions, but I see them wide awake day and night." and I am constantly fettered by sickness and often in the grip of pain so intense that it threatens to kill me. But God has sustained me until now. The light which I see thus is not spatial, but it is far, far brighter than a cloud which carries the sun. I can measure neither height nor length nor breadth in it, and I call it the reflection of the living light. And as the sun, the moon, and the stars appear in water, so writings, sermons, virtues, and certain human actions take form for me and gleam. End quote. Does that explain it for you, or is that,
perfectly clear? Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So she's basically speaks in code.
What? Same.
Yeah, and you know what? Period, Miss Girl. Is that what the kids are doing? This?
I think so.
Sorry, I have my hand open, so I look like a dweeb when I'm doing it. That's better.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
I
asked
we love.
one of Aiden's coworkers is a couple years younger than us, and so I always ask him.
Yeah.
Like,
I plan on asking my sister. Is that
like, is Slay still around? And he's like, I mean, not really, but like, you can say it.
He's like, it's just gonna mark you as an old ancient human being, but that's okay.
Yeah. Which, you know what? I'm the youngest among my coworkers, so I get to decide in my workspace.
I'm the same. I'm the youngest amongst my friends for the most part, so I get to choose what I say and whether or not it's trendy, because they don't know. So yeah, basically, so I think what she's trying to say is that they're internal soul visions, as in she sees them when she's awake, but like it just like comes to her via her soul. Hope that makes sense.
But not her heart.
No.
I guess I picture a soul not at like gut.
It's in the gut for me. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that does make sense.
So she didn't.
So it comes from her gut. A gut glow, if you will.
Gut glow. She's so feeding her gut microbiome. I hate that word.
Apple cider vinegar.
She's taking apple cider vinegar shots on the daily, and honestly, she has never looked better. So she didn't actually want to share these visions. But then she told Yuta, and Yuta told this other guy named Volmar, who is also Hildegard's friend, and eventually became her secretary as well. So basically it spread through gossip, and then Volmar was like, you should do something about that.
Girl, I think you just have IBS.
Girl, I think that you need to take a ginger shot, actually. I'm just saying things at this point. So she received a vision at the age of 42, like I said, that told her to, quote, write down that which you see and hear. And she was so hesitant that she became physically ill, to the point that she just had, like, in order to try and stop being ill, she like just wrote everything down. So that's where this comes in. Her 3 volumes of visionary theology. The first one is called the Civias, which is translated to Know the Ways. It was composed from 1142 to 1151. The Liber Vitae Meritorum, which is translated as the Book of Life's Merits, or the Book of the Rewards of Life, which was composed from 1158 to 1163. And the Liber Divinorum Operum, the Book of Divine Works, which was begun around 1163 or 1164 and was completed around 1172 to 1174. So, in these volumes, the last of which was completed when she was in her 70s, she describes all of her visions and all of the details, which are kind of weird, as you can tell. She interprets all of the theological contents in the words of the voice of the living light. So she sees everything coming via this voice of the living light.
Okay.
It's very confusing, this. So here's the Civias highlights, greatest hits, if you will. Part 1 of the Civias talks about creation, Adam and Eve. She goes back to the creation thing a lot, like Adam and Eve a lot. The structure of the universe. So in her mind, the structure of the universe, keep in mind, all of this that I'm talking about, all of these highlights are like visions that she's received.
Okay.
Right. So she's seen a vision of the creation of like the fall of Adam and Eve. She's seen the structure of the universe via a vision, and the structure of the universe is an egg. It's called the cosmic egg.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And then she also saw a vision of the relationship between body and soul, God's relationship with us, and last but not least, choirs of angels.
So she's
any questions?
Christian wellness influencer.
Yeah, essentially. Part 2. Sorry, that was part 1 of the Sivias. This is part 2. Second vision.
Okay.
Part 2.1.
Okay.
Vision 1. The second coming.
Sure.
The bride of Christ. The orders of the church. Like what the church is supposed to do in all of this.
Okay, yeah.
Christ on the cross. And then the fight against the devil. The literal fight against the devil. There's part 3 coming up, just so you know. So these are all visions. Like these are all like themes of the visions that she's having. So part 3 was the history of salvation, because that's very cut and dry. Yeah. In the form of buildings, ?
Like she saw buildings?
Like she saw the history of salvation as if it was like an allegorical story being told through the building of the buildings, I think.
Okay. Sure.
And then she also saw the Symphony of Heaven live in a concert. Which is the basic
live at the Walton Arts Center.
Yeah.
Walton Amphitheater. Sorry.
Excuse me, the Walmart amp.
God forbid. Some Walton officials are going to show up at my door.
Yeah, put you in the black van. Yeah. So this Symphony of Heaven is the basis for, she composed a ton of songs. And she's, fun fact, on Spotify. So if you want to listen to any of the songs, you can on Spotify. It's mostly chanting. It doesn't sound like how we think of tongues? As music. No. Well, we're going to get to that. Don't worry. There's much to come.
Hildegard von Bingen.
Bingen. I don't know.
There's also a Blingen.
Oh, good.
Oh my God. Oh, they turned pop songs into Hildegard theme music.
I love that. I
want to hear Hildegard's rendition of Pink Pony Club, personally.
I would as well.
And also Paint It Black. We didn't start the fire.
It does lend itself to Gregorian chanting, to be fair.
Somebody that I used to know.
Obviously.
This is good shit. So I could also look at her actual stuff.
What is this?
Right? This is Antifona Caritas Abundat. Instrumental. Oh, it's instrumental. That's nice.
I haven't listened to these.
Okay, Spiritus great. Sanctus Vivificans. That sounds like the video, you know, the little kid video of where he like takes a helium balloon, then his voice goes, oh. That's what that sounded like.
That might be the same. That might be the same song.
Or the little boy that does the sound for the Lord of the Rings. When
yeah, those gestures are really helpful.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like, it's just a little boy, but his voice is like, Aiden will know what I'm talking about.
Oh, he's not happy.
What am I thinking about? The little boy that sings the angelic voice in Lord of the Rings. That scene. What scene is it? It's when the eagles come down. And there's and it's in the second one? No, it's in the third one. No, it's in the second one.
Hold on.
It's in one of the Lord of the Rings movies. And I found an Instagram just video. The little angelic voice, and it's a little boy with that voice, but that's what that makes me think of.
Hold on.
I look forward to seeing what you made you think of that.
It said he looks forward to seeing what made me think of that.
What a niche reference. I would have never thought of that. Sorry, his name is Ben Del Maestro, by the way, that little boy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I think her most popular song is
going to
actually...
be on my Spotify Wrapped this year.
Hell yes. So, okay. I think that song, her most popular song, is probably from the Ordo Virtuotum, which we'll get to.
Okay.
The
discography.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Her second theological visionary journey is called the Liber Vitae Meritorum. This is about the virtues versus the vices. And the big thing about this is that it's one of the earliest descriptions of purgatory. So she had a vision of purgatory before we knew what purgatory was.
Cool. Okay.
Okay. And now the last visionary theology is the Liber Divinorum Operum. Okay, so she's saying that when she got these visions, right, she passed out. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
This one does confuse me, but it's supposedly these visions were a prequel to the Gospel of John. So it's an allegorical relation of God to his creation via female figures like divine love and wisdom. And it's a study of the universe as a macrocosm and humans as a microcosm.
Okay.
Everyone clear?
Yeah.
This is going to be a train wreck of an episode. Somehow, this all ties together into the prophecy for the Antichrist. This is all a vision, keep in mind.
Yeah.
And she ruminates a lot on certain lines. So she does a lot of ruminating on, quote, "in the beginning was the word." That's a lot of her visions. And then also she threw in some thoughts on Genesis.
Okay. Of course.
So that's that.
Okay.
And now we'll get to the Ordo Virtuotum, which is the play of the virtues. This is often considered the first opera. Fun fact.
Oh, okay.
It's a morality
Cool.
play that was fully in Latin, and it had music in it. It had 82 songs. And it's not connected to liturgy. It's just for drama. Like, it's just to perform in front of the other nuns. Very, very
just
fun.
Very,
very fun. It's about...
So this is just for us.
Yeah. The whole theme of this...
For the girls.
The whole theme of this is that it's about virtues triumphing over Satan. But what's notable is that the women always play the virtues, so the heroes of the play. And the devil was always, like, the only male character.
I think she was onto something.
She was really like...
I think God... I'm starting to believe the credibility behind these visions.
I know.
You know?
I was like, okay, she's like definitely wacko, but I like it.
Starting to think there's some truth to these
but
visions.
In a flavor that I enjoy, to be honest.
Yeah.
She's wacko in my kind of way.
Yeah.
So that's what's considered the first opera ever, is the play of the virtue, or the Ordo Virtuotum. But surprise, she was also interested in medicine. So
of course, because why not? A woman of many talents.
She's a Renaissance woman, if you will, even before the Renaissance. She's a Middle Ages woman. She wrote 2 medical texts, also inspired by the visions. So they were called the Physica and the Causae et Curae. The Physica is 9 books, and it describes the scientific and medicinal properties of various plants, stones, fish, reptiles, and animals. And it is also thought to be the first recorded reference of hops being used in beer as a preservative. I don't know if you know this about the old-timey like monasteries, is that's where we get most recipes for beer from.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Like the oldest recipes for beer are the monks brewing their beer.
Wow.
Which is pretty cool.
I love that. And yet we weren't allowed to get drunk in Young Life attire.
And yet. Jesus turned water into wine. I'm sorry. Jesus kept the party going.
Why does anyone think drinking is bad when there's so much alcohol involved with
the Bible? Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. I had oh my God, when I was still working at Lewis and Clark, I might have already told you this story, like when it happened, because it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was working at Lewis and Clark, I actually like had a conversation with a girl about this. She went to Cross Church. No big shocker there. And she, like, I was like, yeah, but Jesus turned water into wine. Like, Jesus definitely wanted to keep the party going as a joke, obviously. Like, that's a funny thing to say.
Yeah.
You need water.
Speaking of Cross Church, though, you would be disgusted at what they're doing to their whole area. Disgusted is a stretch, but like they've bought up that whole plot of land around where the church is by Weddington, and they've built apartments. They did a sketchy business move to acquire the gym, which is now their youth center.
Right,
and they're building a weird concrete chapel right by the road on Weddington. Like
Sorry,
right at the
a
entrance.
concrete chapel?
It is like cinder blocks, and it's right next to the road, like at the when you turn to go towards Cross Church off of Weddington.
That's very sinister to me.
The apartments really are like,
oh, the God is calling us to be landlords. Okay, all right, back it up. Like
literally.
Jesus.
You now have to tithe at church and also tithe with your rent.
Yeah, literally. Your rent is just a tithe for our
but you made the joke.
To fly in his. Yeah, so I made that joke. And then she was like, well, she, put on the holier than thou pants and was like, well, wine then was not the same as wine today. Wine today is significantly stronger. They only had wine then because it was safer to drink than water. And I was like, they still got drunk, dude.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It wasn't as strong. Who cares?
Then they drank more of it. And if they're drinking that instead of water, whatever.
That just pissed me off. Anyways, so Hildegard is very medical, this woman. She also, in addition to writing about hops, she wrote about practical cures to all sorts of different diseases. And these books are historically significant because they showed areas of medieval medicine that were otherwise poorly documented. So, because they're practitioners, medieval medicine was primarily practiced by women, and it was rarely written down in Latin. And so it was now being documented because of Hildegard. Okay, so here's where we get a little bit crazier about the whole medical thing. So this is from Cause et Cure, which is her second text, and she talks about the power of greening. So human beings, here's
the
her
power
whole
of greening, you say?
Greening, yes, greening. So human beings apparently can be manipulated by the balance of natural elements within them. There are also good mood phases for bleeding people and conception, and also any other medical condition. So, also the whole last section of the book is dedicated to lunar horoscopes. So
good.
Let me see if I have any. Sorry. I don't mean to. I didn't have my legs on it. Maybe it's like just moving.
Maybe it's something else.
Is it moving when I touch it? I just
really
got
good
arms.
now.
Is it?
You just
Sorry. I didn't finish that sentence. I just got arms for my laptop and my monitor. Sorry, I'm new to Earth. Why can't I pull it? I'm really concerned now.
I just got arms.
I didn't. Hold on.
This is my first day with arms, so forgive me.
Give me a break.
Back to the
please.
conversation of you and Ashin being two aliens trying to be humans.
So I just got arms. Okay.
Oh, it's done now. The tapping is gone.
Has it been gone, or was it?
It left or with whatever you just did.
Okay, well, I pulled my desk up a bit, so hopefully that goes away. Like, hopefully the sound isn't.
I mean,
like, hopefully we can eliminate the background noise. Greening power. So basically, greening is.
You know, all I'm thinking about is weed right now.
I know,
you say green.
But what she's meaning is that it's the vital connection between the green health of the natural world and the holistic health of the human being. So, like, if nature is good, the human is good type thing.
Oh, I like that.
I know, it's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, here's a quote. Quote, although she inherited the basic framework of humoral theory from ancient medicine, Hildegard's conception of the hierarchical interbalance of the four humors. Pop quiz, what's the four humors? Do you know what the four humors are?
No. Like I'm thinking of like the types of comedy.
No.
Okay, what are the four humors?
The medical world used to think of human beings as having four different humors, and that's what balanced out your health, is when your humors were all in balance. So the four humors are
black bile, yellow bile, and blood.
Yeah, those are the four humors.
Phlegm.
So yes, phlegm is a humor, and it's a bad one. So the interbalance of the four humors was unique based on their correspondence to superior and inferior elements. Pay attention. So, blood and phlegm correspond to the celestial elements of fire and air. This is in Hildegard's medical thinking, right? And the two biles, so yellow bile and black bile, correspond to the terrestrial elements of water and earth. So Hildegard believed that the disease-causing imbalance of these humors resulted from the improper dominance of the subordinate humors. This disharmony reflects that introduced by Adam and Eve in the fall, which for Hildegard marked the indelible entrance of disease and humoral imbalance into humankind. She goes back to the Adam and Eve a lot.
So to be honest, goes back to Adam and Eve.
Yeah, and that's where we get our humoral imbalance from. Because it's connected to celestial and terrestrial elements.
Of course.
Yeah.
And so I've always said that.
Yeah, as well as I, we
are famous for saying that.
Yeah, indeed. So she was a real combo of what I would call practical advice. So she thought that checking blood, urine, and stool were like a good way to tell if someone was healthy or not. That is obviously still, a thing. And also she prescribed. She recommended that boiling water was a good way to make water sterile. I guess she didn't have the language for that, but sterile.
Yeah.
And then she also had some out there practices that were like a little witchy, which is neat.
Ooh.
She also made up her own language. So, because why not, I guess. Cool. And it's called you might as well.
What else are you going to do? Yeah.
If you're a nun, yeah. So it's called the lingua ignota, which means unknown language in Latin. And it's just a list of 1,000 nouns and no other parts of speech. Right. We don't know what it was used for.
You got to start somewhere when you're, making
she started and ended, though. She was not doing any more than just nouns.
Maybe she just has like a lot of
nouns
hobbies.
all the time.
She just has ADHD.
Honestly, I think that she just like got bored of things sometimes and probably would be a little bit embarrassed if she knew that people were really looking into like people are like building their entire careers off of research of like her medical
and
texts.
she's like, I was just bored on a Tuesday.
She was like, I didn't mean for that to blow up like it did.
She's like, tough. She said, this is why I didn't want to share.
Yeah. God told me to. Sorry. So we don't actually know what this language was used for. Some scholars think that she taught it to the nuns, and then it was like a secret code sort of situation where they could like speak amongst themselves. But then also other historians think that it was supposed to be a distillation of her philosophy on the cosmos into a language. A list of 1,000 nouns.
Okay.
Quote, the first two words of the lingua as copied in the Berlin manuscript are Igons, which means God in English.
Okay.
And Alligans, which means angel in English. So those are just two of the 1,000 nouns that she came up with.
Wow.
All that to say, so that was all the things that she did in her life. She had all these visions. She was very, well known even in her lifetime. And all that to say, she did that because she just wanted to, and she was allowed to. I forgot to mention this, but basically the Pope verified her visions as real, and so she was just allowed to do whatever the hell she wanted to in her lifetime.
Yeah.
Like, she had a lot of authority for a woman at the time. She went on preaching tours. She had a voice in the church when that was not a thing that women had. Mm-hmm. She preached in public, which was also not a thing that women did. She condemned the church openly for corruption. And she, had several followers, several very devoted followers, and was definitely someone that abbots and abbesses would look to for an opinion, or she was just a good leader, which means that she was one of the first saints to be canonized in the Roman canonization process, which is pretty cool.
What is that?
It's so the canonization of saints.
Do they shoot you off in a cannon?
No, it's the process by which you become a saint. So you had to have proved so many miracles or what have you in your lifetime.
Okay.
And then you become a saint. But obviously they did this after she died. Mm-hmm. Her relics are in her pilgrimage church in Eibingen, which would be cool to go to. So relics are also a big part of being a saint, which is that basically there's, look up Mary Magdalene's skull because that one's pretty cool.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's it. Yeah. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like the fun glass that they put in aquariums so you can feel like you're in the water.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So relics get really weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Relics get really strange, but basically that's so supposedly the skull of Mary Magdalene, which Catholics use as a pilgrimage object.
Terrifying, but I would love to see that.
Relics are very cool, and I really enjoy seeing them, to be honest.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Ugh. It bothers me that it's I feel like it wouldn't be as freaky to me if there was a whole body and they just put the skull where the head was, but the fact that it's just a head.
But that's the thing with relics.
The angels holding it look kind of spider legs. Yeah. Like the toy from Toy Story that's under the bed. That's the baby head with the mechanical spider legs.
That's what it looks
vibe.
like. Yeah. Relics are very.
You don't have to do that with my head when I die, by the way.
Okay, cool. You do have to do that with my head when I die, just FYI. I
Noted.
need
I'll start
someone
a
to.
funeral notes for yet another person.
The rest of my body can be disposed of in any way, shape, or form that you choose, but the head I would like to be preserved. I don't know where I came up with that. I just think that sounds right, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Anyways,
it's written down, so I won't forget it now.
Great. In 2012, Pope Benedict the 16th named her a doctor of the church, so she is got some clout.
Wow.
She died on September 17th, 1179, at the age of 81, as a very well respected figure for her time. And today she is seen the same. She's a very big subject of feminist scholarship, history, obviously, history of the Catholic Church. She, this idea is that she kind of, this was a theory that's been come up with today, is that she spent a lot of time demeaning herself in a lot of her letters and such, and that was a strategy to make people believe that her visions were real. So
sure,
yeah,
had to create the demand.
Why would God
the
just
illusion.
want to be in a woman? Yeah, that kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. God forbid a woman has hobbies.
God forbid a woman has hobbies, honestly. And so she's also, obviously, due to her, medical things, she's gotten a hold of the woo-woo people, pretty heavily. There's several, holistic health initiatives and things that are named after her and in her honor and all of this.
Her nickname back in that day was actually apple cider vinegar. That's where that comes from.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, precisely. So that's my insane story.
That was nuts.
Hildegard. I can send you the TikTok that I saw. I don't actually think that TikTok is that good, to be honest. Because I think it said a wrong date, actually. Oh no, it didn't. Sorry. But yeah. So that really.
Wow, that was really cool.
Yeah.
We love a woman in vision. Spiritual.
A woman
we
in.
love a woman.
Mysticism. Yeah. She is considered like a Christian mystic, of which there is not a ton.
Cool.
Which is...
She also kind of gives for a little bit there I was kind of picturing who's the Mormon guy that saw the visions and that's how the Book of Mormon became a thing?
Joseph Smith.
What's his name? It's not Brigham Young. Yeah, Joseph Smith. Brigham Young is the college guy.
Brigham Young was also, well, I mean, okay,
but did he have the
Brigham
Joseph
Young
Smith?
took
I
over
think
when
is the
Joseph
vision
Smith
guy.
died. He is, yeah. Well, okay. He supposedly had visions, yes.
But I like her better.
Yeah, well, she doesn't have multiple wives and doesn't go on killing sprees of Native Americans, so
that's why I like her better.
Yeah. She's a little bit cooler in that way.
She just wants you to get outside and connect with nature. Yeah.
So that's Hildy.
What a girl.
Anyways,
that was great.
That was maybe one of the more chaotic episodes we've ever done. It's fine.
What do you mean? Glue is horses. Very serious.
Glue is horses, and we'll leave you all with that.
Moral of the story, glue is horses and
universe is egg.
And the universe is egg. The end.
That's what we should name the episode. Just confuse the hell out of people.
Glue is horses and the universe is egg. I like that.
Good. It's good stuff.
All right. Good chat.
Good chat, buddy. Catch y'all on the flippity flop. Bye.
Bye. Bye.